Top 3 Most Dangerous Cities in America.
Number 3. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis houses about 11% of Tennessee's entire population, with a population of just over 653,000. 26.9% of all people living in Memphis are living in poverty. It has a violent crime rate of 1,820 per 100,000 people. Its murder rate being some of the highest in all of America, with 195 homicides in 2017 alone, the youngest being a 23-month-old child who was beaten to death. With this high homicide rate, the longest Memphis has gone in 2017 without a homicide is just 12 days across the entire city. A majority of these homicides in Memphis are gun-related murders, with 163 out of the 195 homicides in 2017 are the result of gun violence.
Number 2. St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri houses about 5% of all of Missouri's population, with a total population of just over 311,000. St. Louis has a violent crime rate of 1,913 per 100,000 people. In 2017 alone, there has been 197 homicides, with 129 of those still being open cases, the youngest homicide being a 4-month-old that happened in the beginning of 2017. Of those 197 homicides, 185 of these are related to some sort of gun violence.
Number 1. Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan has held one of the top spots for most violent cities in America for many years, but it didn't always used to be this way. Detroit used to be a thriving city with lots of jobs based around the automobile boom with a large population. It all started changing during the race riots of 1943 that lasted for 3 days between blacks and whites, which ended up killing 34 people and wounding 433 more, and destroyed property values up to $2 million. Then, in 1967, more rioting broke out that lasted for 5 days. 43 people were killed and 467 people were injured. Over $40 million worth of damages were caused by these riots and left many buildings damaged beyond repair. These abandoned buildings turned into perfect housing for drug trade and gangs to flourish, which erupted violent crimes across the city. Because of this, tourism dropped significantly, and many moved away while gangs took over. By the mid-1970s, the city was known as the murder capital of America. During the time, manufacturing jobs slowly were replaced with automation, increasing the unemployment rate across the entire city. Fast forward to 2012, the average price of a home sold for $7,500. In 2013, 43 homes were listed for $500 or less, and some properties even were listed for $1. Since the 1950s, Detroit population has dropped 60% and now only houses just 6.7% of all of Michigan's population. In 2013, the city had to file for Chapter 9 bankruptcy, owing more than $18.5 billion to its creditors. Since then, some call parts of Detroit a ghost town because of the abandoned buildings and even neighborhoods. The city has one of the highest poverty rates at 35.7%. In 2016, it had a reported 302 homicides, 537 rapes, and 3,060 robberies. Of these homicides, 70% of these are unsolved cases.
Thanks for taking 5 to learn about the top 3 most dangerous cities in America.